Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I want to talk briefly about the ego in some of these less lethal videos. I like to sometimes watch other YouTubers. There's some great ones. East Coast Less Lethal is one, and then also the legendary Scaredy Cat. Which is, I dare to say, the leading authority when it comes to the less lethal community. Also, DK Spencer, of course, the science guru of all less lethal. I'm not going to get into the other politics of people liking and disliking people. That's not what I do. And to me, that's dumb. But I see sometimes there's an ego when it comes to less lethal. There's an ego when it comes to, oh, my less lethal and this less lethal is that. Folks, please understand, it's just less lethal. And I understand there's some people who cannot get guns. For whatever reason, by choice or by law, they have the right to protect themselves. You know, we all got the right to protect themselves, legal or less lethal ways. But please do not get it twisted. Less lethal is not a gun. And for the gun people that say, that's right, tell them, while you are talking bad about less lethal, I want to see if you got $25,000 to $3,000 for that bullet that you brag about on your gun videos.
The Philistines.
Do you got $25,000, $3,000 or money to bail yourself or court fees? So you may want to get some less lethal while you're talking about the less lethal community. But less lethal, also understand you're not Rambo with this thing, and there's some guns that's really up there and as in jewels. But when you start doing HPA tanks, and it's cool that you can do that, and there's some science behind that. But also understand there's a fine line from less lethal and lethal. And it don't take much to get hurt. I know people fancy themselves invincible, but you get hit by 50 joules in the throat a few times, and I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to make it. So while you upping up these less lethal, which you have the right to, you have the right to protect yourselves. But don't get it twisted from protecting yourselves into thinking that you John Wick with this thing. Don't get it twisted with the egos of less lethal. It's not a gun. It's take it for what it is. It's less lethal. You know, when I first started doing less lethal and not even thinking about guns, because I literally believed that I couldn't get a gun. I didn't realize how easy it was to get a gun, and how easy it was in my state, which is Kansas, Missouri. Kansas, the state, and Missouri, because we bordered two, that you basically got a driver license and you can get a gun well concealed. Now, I'm not talking about the other states in New York. I don't know about your state. But I'm just talking about open carry, constitutional carry states. And once I got the gun, it made me appreciate less lethal more, because I know I have guns that will finish the job. But I want to know that if I'm shooting my weapon, it's literally just to protect myself, not to harm or endanger other people intentionally. That's never my intention. If that is your intention, is to get less lethal, to make yourself a big man or a big woman, then you should not even have less lethal or lethal. You probably should be in jail. Because I've seen people, like I saw a video, I can't think of someone share of this person had a less lethal launcher and shot these homeless people who were squatting in this place, illegally, but literally all they was trying to do is just try and stay warm at a nighttime. And you got a right to kick them out if they out there illegally on your property. They gotta go. But when you know they are defenseless and they pose no threat to you, you don't gotta be a jerk and try to make yourself bigger than you really are and try and prove yourself. That's, you know better than a person with a AK-47 think they invincible. So that's just a horrible human being. And one thing I notice about a lot of things about gun community people, I would say about 50%, they can't fight a lick. I can at least say I can go hand to hand and go to the ground and defend myself without less lethal. I dare to say I don't even need a less lethal or lethal. But I'm also realizing that we live in a crazy world where people are cowards and they'll kill you just because. And you can be the greatest martial artist. You could be Gracie, Hero Gracie himself, and then get killed. He don't mean anything. But for every gun is a bullet, but also for less lethal. Understand that you're not John Wick with this, and you can probably make it real close where a person wish they get killed, but then I have to ask, what is your intentions? Is your intentions is defend yourself, or is your intention is to prove how tough you really are? And that is the downside of some people. They think they already got fragile egos, and then they just have a weapon which is an extension of who they really are. So, all right, guys, have a great one.